melodious performance.
Our school captain, Shreya is a true leader who has shouldered the responsibilities in an excellent manner throughout the year. With the end of the academic year, they will hand over their charges and the school flag to our principal ma'am to be passed on to their juniors as a legacy. This passing of the mantle symbolizes the fact that the legacy that the school has built over the years and the values that the school stands for will continue to be passed on from one generation to another, from one batch of students to the other. May I request Shreya to hand over the flag to Principal Ma'am. May I request Shreya to hand over the flag to Principal Ma'am. Ma'am, kindly hand over the flag to our sports teacher, Mr. Chandrakant Basa. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
The journey of the school captain as the student leader has been very eventful. She will surely have many experiences to share with us. May I now call upon Shreya to share some of her cherished moments with us.
Good evening, Honorable Chief Guest, respected Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, Amrita Ma'am, faculty members, proud parents, and of course, the fantastic class of 2018-19. I walked as slowly as I could on my way to the podium to commence my speech. This is because I have realized that this would be the last speech that I would be giving as the student of Amanora School. And also because this sari is difficult to walk with. Although I've been planning and dreaming of this moment since the past 1 year, I still had no idea where to begin my graduation speech, the final speech that I would be giving as the school captain of Amanora School. Every emotion was too much to put into words, and most of the time I had no idea about what I was saying and why I was feeling that way. So I decided to begin with a quote. We all do heroic stuff, but hero is not a noun, it is a verb. Said by our beloved Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man. Speaking of Tony Stark, I thought about the upcoming movie, Endgame. The title sounds so appropriate to what we are going through right now. Yet, let us rewind back to the beginning of our journey. Back to the Avengers. My journey in Amanora School began 8 years ago, back in the old days when there were less than 20 people in each classroom. I distinctly remember entering this mysterious building with a bottle around my neck and having blurry vision because of the tears in my eyes. The first 2 years were filled with making friends and pretending to be an astronaut with my friend Anvesha. The next 2 years were again filled with making new friends, again pretending to be an astronaut, though now we were also part-time wizards from Harry Potter. The following 2 years made me a little more mature. I was now sure that I could not join Hogwarts, nor was I a demigod, or an undercover spy, or even Iron Man. But what I was sure about was the fact that each one of us is still unique and amazing. Each one of us is a superhero on our own, by having our own ways of making ourselves feel special, by getting good marks, or standing up for our friends, but most importantly, allowing each other to grow up. Our teachers have been our guiding forces in this whole process of us becoming superheroes. My primary grade teachers for being the ones who made us understand the core value of being a superhero, the feeling of empathy. Each teacher taught us something new, not just about the subject they taught, but also about ourselves and the world. For example, Geeta ma'am taught me to smile even in the times of distress, as that is what will motivate us to do better. Neha ma'am for being strong-willed and self-confident. Deepa ma'am for reminding us that we are our best friend and worst enemy, and to make sure that we are always motivated and inspired to do better. Neetu ma'am for showing us to be soft-natured and to have sympathy for others. Pooja ma'am who always made sure we understood to give ourselves a second chance to become better. Shraddha ma'am for being positive and realistic at the same time by learning from our experiences. Sunita ma'am for being so compassionate, self-reliant and self-assured. Amrita ma'am for being aware of the happenings around us. Vice Principal ma'am for believing in what is right and to act on it. Saving the last for the best. Our principal. Meera ma'am has been the support that all of us required. She has been constantly motivating and inspiring and helping us. Every unique attribute that made our teachers special added up to give the wholesome representation of our principal. She really is the Iron Man to our Spider-Man, by truly making school our second home. Each year brought us more friends and more memories, from arguing to becoming the best friend of the periodically changing popular kid, to hiding lunch boxes, to spending time in the washroom planning about the future. We have done it all. Every one of us has something unique to say about our experiences and memories here together. All of us could find happiness even in the darkest of times when we remembered to turn on the light. As a class, all of us have thought about this day where we would come together for the last time as the students of Amanora School. Many of us have had dreams of this day. Many of us have waited our whole lives for this moment. But most importantly, we have had nightmares of saying goodbye. Well, the point is, this is not an end, but the beginning of a new start. As of now, our current challenge of writing the board exam is successfully. We are definitely on it. We will accomplish our mission successfully and bring honor to our parents and to our school. Now think of our lives to be like a jumbled Rubik's Cube. Right now, most of us don't know how to solve our way through it, and that is perfectly alright. It takes time and dedication to learn to solve one row, then one side, two sides, and eventually the whole cube. Some of us may take longer than the others, but that is where we help each other identify the twists to solve the cube slowly and steadily. There will be times where we will mess up the existing patterns that we had developed. But while we had been mourning about that loss and were trying to rectify that error, somewhere we had forgotten what had triggered that twist. Not only did we forget that, We forgot to look at the other color, which was closer to getting solved because of that twist. The best things happen when we least expect it. Even if we were aiming to finish the green color, we did not realize that the red color was also getting close to solve. So don't be afraid to dare to make that extra twist, to have a greater dream, and to be afraid of failing in your aspirations. Identifying that new color should always be our motive to be successful. Last but not the least, I hope all of us give back to the community that raised us by supporting each other and by helping make every small change that can be made. Because, as J.K. Rowling rightly stated, we do not need magic to transform the world. We all carry the power inside ourselves already. Congratulations and thank you all so much for the memories.
Wow, Shreya. I did have a slideshow of everything you said. Thank you, Shreya, for taking us down the memory lane. Like grade 10 graduating students, our grade 9 students do have something to say to our grade 10.